Hi, Mike Tag here. So today we're going to be covering energy. And what is energy exactly? We've all heard it before. Energy can't be created or destroyed. It can only be altered. Energy is everywhere. Everything is energy. We're energy. We expel energy. Electricity is energy. There's heat energy, kinetic energy. List goes on. Quick Google search on energy. You'll be amazed what you'll find. But what I want to talk about is electromagnetic energy, or magnetic electro energy, depending on what your belief views are. And we'll get into that in a different topic. Goes back to ancient Sumerian religions and all kinds of stuff. We'll get there. Stay tuned. But today we're going to be covering energy in the sense of human energy, of life energy, of the energy that's inside all of us. To start, auras. Every human being has an electromagnetic field they give off. So, this field can be picked up by anything, and science can teach it to you. You learn all about it. There is a noticeable, measurable electromagnetic field around every human being, and I'm sure you've seen it. If not, I'll link it in here. But the way a radio on AM reacts to you touching it, that has to do with a signal change due to the electromagnetic energy coming off your body. That's where the belief of auras come from. Nikola Tesla, the belief of ambient energy. Everything had energy in it. There's some scientific proof that the pyramids may not have been what we thought they were. They're much older than we thought they were. Scientifically proven. I'm not going to insult your intelligence. You can look that up yourself. But there's a belief that they might have been some type of megalithic structure to help absorb ambient energy. There's what they call the Baghdad batteries that have been found in pyramids that were a makeshift battery. That's what they used to gild all their items. And if you're not familiar with what gilding is, that gold film that the Egyptians put on their sarcophagi, jewelry, all of that can only be done with electricity. And archaeologists will tell you that. What they won't tell you is they found batteries that were charged in pyramids. Nobody knows how. I'm going to offer this proposal. Ambient energy. Nikola Tesla believed that he could harness the energy in the world for everybody to use for free. This is where the idea of Wi-Fi came from originally. Electromagnetic currents harnessed with a specific frequency put through them. Now, Nikola Tesla never got to the point in his life where he got to see his dream come through fruition, and it got shut down. It's not an everyday common knowledge belief anymore that there was free ambient energy in the stratosphere. There's some science to it. Think about thunder, lightning. This is all ambient energy that is transformed into something else. And I get, like, everybody knows low, high pressure mixes, this makes a storm, but that doesn't disprove the fact that there is indeed energy up there. There's energy everywhere. This is why I find it so hard to believe that people don't believe in auras more, or don't believe in energy healing more, or don't believe in chakras more. We're going to try a little experiment together here. And what we're going to do is put your hands close together. Now, you're going to focus here and here on both hands. And what you're going to do is you're going to bring your hands incredibly close. And pay attention to the feeling in your hands, the pressure change, because you can feel it. That's one of the senses we have as human beings. We can feel this change in pressure. This is how you know people are watching you. This is how you know someone walked into a room. Tell me you don't feel that, and I'll call you a liar, because everybody feels that. Animals feel that. So what you're going to do is you're going to pay attention to that feeling. And then what you'll notice is you go in slower and slower. And what you'll end up feeling is right about here, the heat from your hands. And what you'll notice is they almost push against each other like a magnet. You got to be very gentle with it. You have to be very apparent in paying attention to it. but I'm promising you, you will feel it. And that is how we as humans can feel energy. We can manipulate energy. We can do this through practice. The more you practice, the better you get. I'm not going to lie to you. If you want to see auras, everybody's seen the method. You have a friend stand up against a white wall and you watch the outline of them. And eventually, your eyes shift focus to their outline, and you'll see what looks almost like heat coming off of a hot pavement, except it's coming off their body. And a lot of people try to debunk this as our eyes adjusting from constant staring and increasing moisture, and therefore the lines of the humans get blurred, and then we fill in the blanks because that's how your mind works. But try it. I promise you, once you get good enough at doing it on a white background, you'll be able to look at a leaf, and you'll see the outline of a leaf. You don't even have to stare. You'll see the energy coming off of a leaf. It's real stuff. I'm going to show you. There's been studies done by the University of Cambridge, I believe. Cambridge. I'll have to find the actual article. The exact article will be linked down here, but we'll have some pictures up. And what you'll see is a object being electromagnetically photographed. And now that was an inanimate object. That was a key. And then if you then switch and watch the leaf, you can see the outline change. This is what auras are. You can see them, you can feel them, you can sense them. We're going to talk about one of my favorite stones, and I use this stone a lot. And I don't know if this is going to show on camera, but that is snowflake obsidian. Now, what is obsidian? Well, we talked about how energy can't be created or destroyed, and obsidian's used a lot in rituals and spellcraft and the esoteric stuff. It's used to ground and for spiritual grounding and for protection. I use it a lot when I do bindings, when you bind negative energy to remove it from a house. And we'll get into all that in a different time. More so now, I want to put the science out, and then we can get into the details. I want your brain to be able to accept the possibility that maybe, just maybe, the things I'm trying to show you and trying to teach you and tell you aren't just some nonsense ramblings of a disabled worker on workman's comp. Obsidian is volcanic glass, and how obsidian is made is by rapidly cooled lava that is then condensed and pressurized because of the water that surrounds it. So to make this piece of obsidian, there had to be hot magma, which is energy, a lot of energy, that then had to be cooled, which is more energy. And there you go, energy's changing. And changing energy, we know that's possible. And then that instantly cooled hot lava gets vaporized and hardened by all the weight of the water that surrounds it. And that's where these gray specks come from. That is actually water stuck under the surface of the stone. Energy can't be created or destroyed. You mean all those massive quantities of energy, and this is what we have to show for it? Right, we do. This little stone has the potential to hold so much more energy than we know of, as long as we learn about it and we figure it out and we can teach ourselves all of this. It's not rocket science. It's just not mainstream knowledge. Next stone I want to cover is this. This is clouded quartz crystal. And I'm sure you've all heard of and seen quartz. A lot of people use it because it helps them work with energies. This one specifically I use in energy healing because it fits so well into the palms of my hand, and it's rounded enough for me to hold. So when you see quartz synonymous with energy, it's a very important stone for a lot of reasons. You've heard of a quartz battery. They run all kinds of amazing technologies. Now, people throughout history have used quartz for hundreds and thousands of years for energy work. We just recently started using quartz batteries to run these amazing supercomputers and these amazing shuttles. So how did these people from thousands of years ago know that we can use quartz for energy? Nobody was launching ships into space. Nobody was using satellites to track GPS locations. But they studied it, and they learned it, and then they used it. Somewhere along the lines, we stopped that belief that we had the potential to do these amazing things. And I'm not saying everybody can do it. It takes a lot of practice. And a lot of people give up. And then it's just easier to call it BS because it didn't work for them. There's going to be about 5% of the people that ever visit this channel that are actually going to try something. And those 5% of the people make 5% more people that are trying to change the world. And then they'll find more people to make 5% more people. And eventually, it won't be so stigmatic, dogmatic. It won't be so nonsensical. We're going to keep going with this. Later on down the road, we'll do a little energy work, show little examples, and teach stones, and what their uses are, why people started using them for those things, and what they're used for today, so we can compare. Because if you can take something you understand now today, like a quartz crystal, and then allow your brain to believe the fact that that quartz crystal that we use now in quartz batteries for all this amazing technology was once used by healers to help realign the life energy. Maybe we find a happy medium, and it opens you up to a lot more possibility. So as always, thank you. Keep following along. Remember, always look for the truth in the gray.